To prepare our calling tender form, we will just go to our project page, click at this project progress checklist, and we can direct ourselves to the calling tender page. Click view. Right. So once you click view, you will be directed to this calling tender page. You can actually amend on the date of calling tender and also the closing tender date. You can allow for contractor to propose on completion period. And then technical version, if let's say is ticked at the by the client at the list of vendor or the GCD team, then this will automatically be ticked. Scroll down, you can see the list of contractors invited. So here, if let's say any of the tenders withdraw, or let's say they have yet to pay the tender fee, you can maintain their status as withdraw. So once the tender date of the tender, they will not be able to access, right? And then if let's say we want to send out a tender invitation, we can send out through this tender invitation here. We can send out the message that we want to input. So here we can input the message. We can change the inviter's name. Click preview. This is what the tender will actually see, and then you can click send. So it will send out to the tenders that is invited for your project, right? So we can actually activate our acknowledgement letter by clicking acknowledgement letter here, right? And then from here it's actually a default template, so we can still amend on our acknowledgement letter. So if you want to delete, or even if you want to like add in any additional items, you can still add in accordingly or delete accordingly. So once you're done, you can just click at enable acknowledgement letter over here, right? And then just click save, and then you can see the success draft save over here, right? So once you save, then the tenders will actually print out, or they will proceed accordingly. Once they have finished the submission, only it will pop out for them to proceed with their acknowledgement letter depending on what is the requirement, right? And then we can actually send out a tender clarification meeting. So technical interview or tender clarification meeting is usually happening after our tender calling, but you can still send out this tender interview here, right? So we have our meeting venue. You can either you put in the link of your Zoom link, or even a location where you want to meet up. So for example, let's say I'll just put here Bill Space Office, date and time. So this is more to internal discussion in terms of the discussion time here. So it's more of an internal discussion. Date is the date of when you want to call the meeting, right? And then we have three contractors here. Just take at the time here. You can actually select what time you want to have the meeting. So let's say 1 o'clock here, and then let's say 3 o'clock here, and let's say another one is 5 o'clock. So you can actually arrange accordingly and click save and send, or I just want to save first and then send a later date, right? So here, if let's say you send, they will actually be notified, and then they will actually inform whether they are available. So there's also a yes or no page, and you can actually monitor on the status whether they are interested or whether they are available to attend the meeting, right? So this tender interview, not necessarily you have to do it now. You can do it even after you have called your tender or after your tender has been closed. Right? And last, or the main part of calling tender form, is we have to submit our form. Right? So once you submit the form, let's say there is no verifiers. If you have verifiers, you can allow for verifiers here. So it's sequential, first verifier, second verifier, and so on if you have, right? And then let's click submit here. Because I do not have a verifier, a pop-up confirmation will appear whereby it will ask you, are you sure you want to submit this one without verifiers? Yes to proceed, no to not proceed. So click yes. Right. So once you click yes, means that you will not have a submit button. The submit will actually change to extend. So when it comes to extend, it means that if let's say you want to extend your date of calling tender to backdate it, or even to start at a later stage, and in terms of your closing, to close earlier or to close later, you can actually change accordingly and just click extend. Click yes to proceed. right? So same goes for your status of tender. If let's say suddenly contractor 5 pays the tender fee, so they will actually be allowed for access. Just change your status to yes, click extend, and then click yes. Right, so once their status is yes and also is the date and time of calling tender, they will be able to access until the date of closing tender. Right, so that's how you actually prepare your calling tender form in Buildspace.